Well, hello Aries, and welcome back to PeonyLore, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. Um, Glad to be back. May was a big month of a lot of changes here in my personal household, so I will just say I am glad to be back to be able to offer you some information here for June. So we are actually going to just focus, as we have been doing for a week at a time. Now, this is being recorded here on the 4th of June, okay? And there's been a lot of energies, obviously, from the very beginning here. As you guys know, we still have Pluto in retrograde, Saturn in retrograde, Mercury is now in retrograde. And we just went through a really big full moon, the eclipse in Sagittarius. So there's already a lot of energies. So we're going to break this down again week by week so that we can navigate the best way that we can. We have 2 more retrogrades that are going to hit us before the end of the month. So this reading is going to be specifically for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, wherever you have Aries in your chart. That's going to be most beneficial for you. It will be good for cross-watching, assuming that that is something that you want to be able to take advantage of. So we're basically going to hit this from today, the 4th, through the weekend, all the way through Saturday, the 12th. Okay, so you know how we do. We're going to do it 1 week at a time. There's a lot of energies, and we have a couple of big things coming up. Really, the biggest thing that's getting ready to come up on the 10th is that we have this big solar eclipse in Gemini with the new moon. There will not be another solar eclipse for another 3 years, so it's kind of a big deal. Okay, so for our Aries, from now until the 12th of June, what is the overall energy and the theme of this reading? Again, we're using our Sacred Geometry deck to lay down the base of the theme, and then we will go in afterwards to provide the information. Okay, so we have a frequency hertz. So this is an invitation for 639 hertz. And 639 hertz is offering the opportunity to reconnect within your relationships to yourself as well as others. It's card number 28 out of the deck, which reduces down to a 10, meaning a 1, meaning the beginnings of something new, which is the reconnection. It's the beginning. It's the ace, if you will. Okay, so with your angel, Archangel Machidiel here, we are going to go ahead and get into it. I was guided to use the big boys. We're going to use the Thought Tarot deck for, we're going to get into a little bit of the energies, like I said, for the remainder portion of this weekend. Thank you. Ah, look at that. There's the one. That is the Magus in this particular deck. This is the energy of the Magician. So let's find out what it is that we're going to be getting ourselves into as we get further into the energies of this particular weekend. We are going to use our clarifying decks as always, as we do with the White Sage Tarot deck, and then we're going to also use the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. There will be 2 separate oracles only in this particular reading. We're going to use the Animal Archangel Animal Tarot deck and the Therapy Angel deck for you guys. But what do we have going on for this particular weekend? Well, the Magician energy, okay, is the energy of Gemini and Virgo. It does have a lot to do with your third eye, awareness. So the 639 hertz that's coming through is that invitation with this one energy clearly here to start creating something new. The Magician is all about communication, socializing, networking. It also is the opportunity for people to do some travel. And it's also associated with learning and knowledge. So I think this is very great. Now, the relationship to the connection with yourself obviously needs to be something that you take seriously. You're being invited to go within with spirit. So let's just see what clarifiers we have for our Aries here for the remainder of this particular weekend energy. Look at that. We've got the 8 of Swords energy. Let me just make sure. I thought I just to confirm. Okay. 8 of Swords energy is that mini devil energy, as I like to call it. You have the opportunity to realize that there is nothing holding you back except for what it is that you put into that thought process. So the Eight of Swords energy in the traditional photograph or Rider-Waite shows that there's, an individual who's tied or bound loosely behind their back and loosely with a blindfold on. Two ways of depicting that information is that there isn't really anything that's hard and fast and holding you back to it. There's no defeat that's there, and or if you're getting over the defeat, that's the whole process. You can actually move past that at any point that you want to, okay, to get down to the next level, take it to the next level. So you are being invited to be the magician within for the remainder of this particular weekend, and you clearly have the ability to do that. You have all of the tools that you need available to you. Use all of the elements to your best advantage, right? Utilize the clarity of the air, sword energy, communication. Use the energy of fire or wands or rods energy, passionate. Beginnings. Use the energy of water, clarity for emotions, okay? And use the energy of earth, grounding energy, knowing where you're at within your physical practicalities, okay? So tuning into the 639 hertz frequency, just, you can, I was going to say Google it, but YouTube it. There's so many beautiful artists that have it baked into many different types of music, and everything's short as 20 minutes all the way into a whole overnight type of a process. Do what feels right for you, how you're feeling guided for that. But we are going to go ahead now and pull an oracle. We're going to go in with the Archangel Animal cards for you for this particular weekend. And then the next row is going to be the focal point for next week. Okay. So I love this deck. So just as you guys know, every planet has an angel assigned to it, and every animal also has an angel assigned to it. So this deck is going to be a representation of what that spirit is going to be for you, Aries, for the remainder of this particular week into this weekend, utilizing this magician magic and taking advantage of the 639 hertz. That is going to be magic number for you. Woo! We have Ladybug. So the Ladybug is asking you to accept happiness and good fortune. Okay? That's fabulous. And this is Archangel Peonyloretarotandoracle. Okay? So, accept happiness and good fortune. The Magician is a great card. The Magician is telling you that there's nothing that's holding you back except for yourself. Accept the bounty that's on its way to you and, move forward from there. Now, these cards are actually quite large as far as size is concerned. So if I do have to move them, please understand that that's what's going on. I'm going to try to leave them here, but we do have several days to get through for next week. So now we're going to go back in with the Thoth deck, and we're going to start focusing on the energy, and we will pick. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. Yep, I'm not going to have enough space. So we're just going to move week 1 up here. Okay, Magician, Eight of Swords with your Ladybug. Okay, all right. Now we're going to get down to the business of getting down to the business. When we get into the energy of the 7th through the 12th, like I said, we have a lot that's going to show up. Okay, and Thursday's solar eclipse with the new moon is going to be the biggest component that we're going to spend some time on. But you're going to be open enough to be able to start feeling some of these energies. So let's go backwards a little bit and let's talk about where we're at currently. Okay, so I mentioned Pluto still being in retrograde. Pluto is the Scorpio energy. Pluto is all about transformation. Pluto is retrogrades will be here with us until the 6th of October. Okay, we have Saturn that's in retrograde, which is going to be with us until October the 10th, and that is about success in communication if you had to boil it down. Now clearly Mercury is in retrograde now from the 29th of May to the 22nd of June, and it's all the re's, guys. Relax, review, all the different re's that come along with it. And so when you have that kind of information that comes to you, well, I've got a bonus card. Let's pull that little guy out, put him to the side. You do not belong. Check it out, people. This is fabulous. Reviewing everything that's going on, recontemplation. It's also a time to relax into the change in the information that's coming to you, right? Start with 1, go to 2. So, with those, and then the full lunar eclipse that we had in the Sagittarius was all about communication and perspective. What are you understanding? What are you trying to share with other people? Okay, we're already in all of those energies right now. When we travel, like I said, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday energy into that weekend energy. When we get to this Thursday, this is brilliant. You've got another ace here. I needed to pull that out. So what are we going to be talking about? Why is this significant? And I wanted to bring it up here so that you can see how everything else is related to it. You're being asked to make or accept the change. This is huge opportunity for manifestation and gratitude. Now, this ring of fire, again, this particular solar eclipse that's going to show up in the sign of Gemini, which is already that dualistic nature, is not going to be seen again for 3 years. This is a big deal week, guys. It's a big deal week, okay? So now we're going to start it off with where we're at on this Monday. Okay, so this Monday's energy that we have is strife. This is the 5 of Wands energy. Now, the 5 of Wands energy is usually internal conflict. It can be mental conflict internally within yourself, trying to make a decision, trying to use the energy of Saturn to try to get you through what's going on here. So the success in the communication that we talked about with Saturn being in its retrograde period is all about success. Okay. If you are feeling stressed out about making a change, that could have a significant factor in it. It can also be that there are other people that are creating a little bit of kerfluffle in your future calling. So I see this as, again, it can be internal. It's minor though. It's not major, it's minor. However, if you can start nipping those little things in the bud, then they can, then you're saving yourself some time on the back end from having to get something that's overly grand, big, major, crazy energy, right? On that Tuesday, we have a major arcana. Some water there. We actually have the art card. This is the Aeon. This is temperance. This is the act of the universe creating the magic behind the scenes. Now, this energy would have come in with Sagittarius, which means when we had the big full moon eclipse in Sagittarius, and perspective and communication was also a part of that, there is something that you are calling into yourself that you are trying to create a little bit of this, a little bit of that, mixing the actual components so that they can bring forth and they can manifest. That is huge energy, okay? When we get to the Wednesday, look at this, 10 of Cups. Now, it's titled Satiety because you have everything that you need. You have enough, and now you have enough to spill over into other people's areas if you are capable of doing that. That's an invitation to share, but it does say that you have everything that you need at that point. So if you can allow this little ankle bite and bedwetter energy that's over here, starting with the energy that comes in for you from this weekend with this Magician card, by the time you get to Wednesday, you're in a great position. Now we're going to get back into it. This ace, this ace, this ace. 1, 1, 1. Okay, we're going to go into that particular energy there. Ace of Cups. This naturally follows the 10 of Cups when you talk about the houses and you talk about the natural transition of things. You now have enough energy and magics, so to speak, to spill onto other people with some satiety. But now with the Ace of Cups coming in, this is an invitation for a new emotional experience, a brand new emotional experience. So when this ring of fire comes in on the 10, this solar eclipse in Gemini, that communicative energy, that dualistic nature, that yin yang, good or bad, whatever needs to be able to pop up is going to be popping up. This is the time to do it. Do it, do it, do it. Finish anything that's on your list. Cross everything off. Get the thing done. Now is the time to make or accept any change that is needed. Again, with the energy of the attitude of gratitude. manifestation, and gratitude. You guys are going to be completely blessed. Now, after you go through that big energy, it is very natural that you would receive the Four of Swords energy. The Four of Swords. Here it's titled Truce, but what it really does mean is rest. It's almost like rest after the battle. And you know how I feel about when I see this Four of Swords energy is you really do need to be prepared to rest. Multiple things happen in our rest time. Meditation brings you to a different level of calming your body down. Getting into meditation will allow you to connect with your higher self, your guides, your angelics, your galactic team, whoever is available, whoever you call on within your particular pantheon, to be able to assist. This is a lot of energy that's happening. These are the key top points for all of this major energy that's coming here. You're physically going to be tired. You mentally could potentially be tired. Emotionally, you're very all over the place in a good way with where you've gone on from there. If you will realize that you have the capacity right now to step out of whatever's holding you back, if you think there's anything holding you back, this mini devil energy, there isn't. You have the power. The power of the magician is going to be able to just cut through any of that stuff. Accept happiness and good fortune for yourself for this upcoming weekend. Put it out there. So when you get to that Friday, that energy of that particular, that weekend, you really are being invited to go in and sleep right now. So, you know, this Four of Swords energy is Jupiter coming to you, okay? And Jupiter is speaking to you at this particular moment. And Jupiter is going to be with that balance of Aquarius. This is Jupiter in Aquarius energy, so that water energy. And you need to be in your best capability of just taking that rest. The other thing is that for some of you specifically, you're going to receive more downloads in your particular rest time or your meditation. That's going to be more supportive for you because the next energies are going to show up in the next couple of weeks. You're going to really need to tune in at that particular moment. Now, let's go ahead and just do a couple of clarifiers on the cards here. I would like to specifically know, because this energy looks fabulous. This looks great this particular week. I really want to focus, though, on what is going on with the strife to see if there's anything else that we can address with this Five of Wands. Why is the Five of Wands here for our Aries? Nope. I thought I had a flipper. I did not have a flipper. It's a lot of Leo energy within that Saturn as well. Thank you. Well, there you are. The Emperor in reverse. You came into your own reading in the reverse position. Yeah, the only thing that you are being told to do here, Aries, is kind of get yourself back together. Realize that you are in control of the things that need to happen. Do not let anyone take your thunder. Yeah, because if you do, it's going to affect your Wheel of Fortune. And that is not anything anybody needs to do. It's not anything that's overly crazy, but again, it's taking control and being organized in a situation so that you can be completely satisfied with what comes out with this Queen of Pentacles energy that's there for you. So, take Spirit's advice. Don't let anybody else take your thunder. You don't want it to affect what's going to happen in your future. Because your future looks bright. Now, I was going to intend on doing this a different way, but I think I'll just go ahead and move these little dudes out of the way because I don't think I need a different card set here. I think this layout is pretty self-explanatory. So, I think that makes a lot of sense. Let's go ahead and move on to this Aeon. Let's go ahead and move to Temperance, Balance, Patience. It is also Masterful Healing energy. What else can we offer to our Aries this particular week here? Did you flip? You didn't flip. We want to be able to offer our Aries some more information. What information do they need to know based on this Aeon, please? That's going to show up here on the 8th. Tuesday. Why is the Aeon here? What are we creating? We are creating opportunities, collaboration, and expansion. Three of Pentacles. Five of Swords energy. We are creating an opportunity for you to be, what's the word I want to use? in your discernment. So the Five of Swords energy can create sometimes very similar to this Five of Wands. The Five of Swords energy is a little bit more, I don't really want to call it sneaky energy because it's not really sneaky energy, but you have to be mindful that you absolutely have the skill set in order to win the battle if something really does need your attention. You really do. That's exactly what this says. But at what cost at the end of the day? At what cost? How much energy are you really willing to spend when it comes to a potential expansion or collaboration with someone? If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. If someone's pushing you into something that you don't really want to be done, say your piece. Nip this shit in the bud. Okay, Five of Swords. There it is. Temperance has spoken. So this basically closes itself out. However, there was the Seven of Cups energy that showed up just before that. And it's the fact that it's sitting in reverse is indicating you already know this information. You already know or are aware of a person that is in your energy who you just need to kind of put them in their place. But just do it gently as much as you can. You don't want to call any negative energy back to yourself. Seven of Cups energy in the reverse position. That's extreme clarity. That's exactly what that is. There's no confusion. You've taken the first step, and now you're going to be able to start following those steps. Okay, so that's exactly what the advice is here from the Temperance card, clarifying itself at the end. Now, let's get into this Ten of Cups, because you know I'm nosy. Let's find out what's going on with this satiety here. Ten of Cups, full, 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 full. You have everything that you need, and there is the major arcana of Scorpio. That's the Death card. Renewal and transformation at the end of a cycle. That's natural that it shows up that way. Now we have the energy of the Hermit. Hermit time. Everyone needs their hermit time. This is major arcana for Virgo. So this is wanting to be in perfection of service, and this is where you are at a point where you're trying to think about what is the next thing? What is the next thing? Now, Virgo energy really does want to go in. And at this particular moment, you might be resisting any future change that's coming up just enough with it sitting in the reverse position. It's not bad, but you should be grateful to think about you get to be in control of the next pattern of steps here. What is it that you want to call into yourself? Don't resist this change that is natural and needs to come. When you fight spirit, it comes back. Yes, you're done. You're done with the battle. You're done with the... You're done with whatever it was that needed to get done. The cycle is completed. It's now time for you to move on, which is why you've been granted this ace. So again, this ace coming in on that Thursday on the 10th, this is really kind of a big deal. What else can our Aries expect on this solar eclipse? And I really hope that you guys get a chance to look at it. It's not likely that all of the United States will be able to see it. I think mostly... if you're in the New York area, the way eastern coast, and it's going to happen very early in the morning. Just, you can take a look and Google it. Not everyone's going to be able to see it directly the way that you would want to in our part of the world. There we go. Closed out the cycle. Ten of Cups, Ten of Cups, Ten of Cups. It's time for you to do something new. It's time for something brand new to show up. It's time to take a leap of faith. It's time to start. So when this Ring of Fire comes in, and eclipses are here to take things away, eclipse things out of our life. New moons, as you know, are about calling brand new energies in. So it does seem like it might be a little bit of a natural conflict, but this is the reason why they're saying anything that needs to get wrapped up, wrap it up, take care of it. Now's the time to make it happen for you. But I have to tell you, the energy of the new moon with this solar eclipse, this is the time to do the manifestation and the gratitude. You've got this. You've got this. You've got this. You've got this. This is so great. I got to find where Aries is in my personal birth chart so that I can figure out if there's something different I can do with that. If you don't know your birth chart, of course, I always tell you, you can Google it a couple of different places. I personally really enjoy Cafe Astrology. All you need is your date of birth and your birth time so that you can get into where some of your nodes are. North node, south node is very important for you to be able to understand where you've been so that you know what your goal is for this particular part of the weekend. Queen of Cups, sitting on top of this energy on that Friday. Queen of Cups, truce energy, going within, taking tea with Auntie. Taking tea with Auntie, understanding that she has been through all of the emotional changes, challenges, and dramas that have been out there. And even if you are Auntie on your own, take the time to reflect of how far you've come with this big emotional transformation that's had to have happened since April. Again, a lot of this stuff started in April with Pluto going into its transformation, asking you to renew. May was just a whole bunch of hot messness. Shaking it up enough so that now here in June you have to take what's remaining, and you have to make something new happen with it if you didn't get the opportunity to do so. Rest, realize that it has been emotional, but this is a great gift. You have gotten through it swimmingly, and nobody can take that away from you. Okay. All right, what else do we have with this Queen of Cups here for our Aries on that Friday, or that energy of the weekend, besides rest? Nine of Wands. From a spiritual perspective, Knight of Wands is indicating that there's a lot of strength and work that has been done, and that the learnings and the lessons are right on track. Okay, that is spiritual strength. And if you feel as though you really need to go within a little bit more because you resisted it here in Hermit phase when you got to this Wednesday, you're going to be forced to kind of do it a little bit. And you know what? Come on, it's the weekend, right? Take your time. You do have an opportunity to have one more push in you. If there's something that you need to seek guidance on from Spirit, they're definitely going to be with you with those downloads to share with you the next piece of information. And here we go. Three of Cups energy in the reverse position. So the Three of Cups energy is just, you've done a lot of celebrating in essence. There's been potentially, how do I want to say it? It's not, it is emotional. Well, yeah, you've been a lot. You've gone through a lot, and I am getting third party or interference information from someone. I really want to target that Three of Pentacles that's up here. But again, this is why this comes out this way. Whatever you were going through here and in the previous month, for sure, this Three of Cups energy is trying to tell you, this is you time. This is not time to be going out and hanging out with people. It's not that they're not asking you to enjoy, but they're absolutely telling you that this expression is for you at this particular moment. So you just need to go within and you need to rest. That's basically what it boils down to. Okay. Now, with our last couple of minutes, I want to go ahead and pull out the Oracle of the Radiant Sun before I pull out the last Oracle, which is going to be the Therapy Angels here for you guys, and see if there's anything else that is most important that Aries needs to be able to watch out for through the 12th here. What else do they need to be made aware of? Thank you, Aries. All right. Innovation. Ooh. We had this conversation already. This this Jupiter energy in Aries, right? This is the same energy that we were talking about before, you guys. Innovation. So you're getting ready to receive some knowledge when it comes to this particular weekend. They really are trying to get you to understand something brand new is coming for you. Okay, and you just got to be willing to slow down in order to receive it. That's it. Is there anything else? No? Okay, thank you. So then we're going to go in with your Therapy Angel card, Aries, to wrap this one up. Let's see what we've got here. Thank you, Archangel Raphael. So for those of you that are light workers, starseeds, healers out there, please know that Archangel Raphael is working with you and supporting the different types of healing work that it is that you're doing. And I'm going to say this about that. If you don't necessarily identify as a starseed or a light worker at this particular moment, that's totally fine. The reason I do the channel the way that I do is because Some people are a little further ahead with their awakening process, and that's fine. We all had to go through things at the time we needed to be able to go through things. However, there are healings that happen, and I keep talking to you guys about it, in your sleep time, your dream time. That's where a majority of the work happens. So even if you don't feel that you resonate with any of those titles, do know that there's work that's being done, especially in the astral. So these healings that show up with this Aeon energy, there's a lot of things that are going on here. And Archangel Raphael is with you. So to take it back to the very beginning, 639 hertz is what you're asked to take a listen to. I am looking, oh, here it is. I'm going to go into the guidebook to see what else we can pull out of this for you for the 639 hertz frequency. And see what other messages might exist. Again, reconnection of relationships to yourself and others was the overall theme for you. Starting off with the Magician, Ladybird, it does say Ladybird on here, does it not? Ladybird, although it's a ladybug. I wonder if other cultures call it bird. Interesting. Accept the happiness and good fortune that's coming to you, okay? And should you want to take advantage of a mantra to work with this particular week, the mantra that goes with this frequency is, I create harmonious connections with the people in my life. I create harmonious connections with the people in my life. I create harmonious connections with the people in my life. And so it is. You will have an enhancement and deeper meditation if you are able to get in with this particular frequency and use that mantra. I'm just telling you, if you are just learning about these different types of things, that's how it works. Everything is a frequency. Everything resonates on a frequency. So when you're in bed or sitting up in a quiet space, focus on a sound. And if you're not a deep meditator, if you have a sound of a fan or something like that going on in the background, trust that and use that. If you want to take advantage of, and I think this is very interesting, if you want to take advantage of crystal medicine to enhance that even more, rose quartz, lepidolite, celestite, pink tourmaline, larimar, emerald, dioptase, and octahedral fluorite will help you. It's basically the colored frequency of green, for that heart chakra. That's exactly what's going on right there, okay? You're working on your relationship, and every time you work on you, you naturally are working on those in your surround. So, Aries, that is what I have for you from now until the end of the week of June. I really hope that this resonated with you. If it did, make sure that you give it a like, share it, comment. I'm interested in finding out what it is that you have been going through. If this one didn't particularly resonate, it's possible that you are not in your sun sign. So make sure that you do take a look at your moon, your rising, okay? And make sure that you're taking advantage of your north node. Please, people, find out where your north node is. That will speak so much to